Hey everybody, this is Tyler with the Knocking Rod.
And I'm Neil. We're here to talk about the Ram 1500 Warlock.
Let's get into it. All right, so we got the 2026 Ram 1500 with the Hurricane engine, which is a
3-liter twin turbo straight six.
So what do you like about it?
I dig the Warlock package. So it's based on the Tradesman, which is the sort of entry-level Ram 1500. And they've taken it and they've jacked it up an inch. They've put on 33-inch all-terrain tires. It's got tuned Bilstein dampers. And I dig the blacked out vibe, right?
Yeah,
Sort of that
sweet.
street truck vibe meets off-road. Blacked out grille, black finished wheels, the Hurricane badge, all the badging is black. We've got the Warlock badge letting you know what edition this is. But Ram, I think, does a great job of making it clear who makes this truck. It's sometimes you don't know. So maybe you're behind this car in the street and you're like, oh, I wonder what that is. Now you know. I like the black badging, dual exhaust pipes, look awesome. It's super capable, as we've been, doing out here in the snow. It's with those big tires. One, I guess, downside potential of this, if you're really interested in all the features, is that because it's based on the Tradesman, it's just not loaded up with all the creature comforts. Like, there's no heated seats, there's no automatic climate control. It's got the smaller touchscreen, versus the Rebel, which is sort of like the higher end off-roader. But for somebody that wants a relatively low cost, it's still like $57,000 off-roader that has a lot of capability. This is pretty much a badass truck. I love the Hurricane engine. As we talked about earlier, American trucks, typically a full-sizer, it's like a big V8, right? And Ram brought back the HEMI just for that reason. They canned it, and they brought in this twin-turbo straight six. And then due to popular demand and probably a lot of fussing around, they agreed to bring it back 2 years later. So you can get it in this truck, but this one comes with the Hurricane, which is an awesome engine. So it's got great pickup, it's super fast, I will say that, but it's also really quiet on the road. I'm curious to do the noise reading test, because I was like driving over here, and even with these big knobby tires, I was impressed with the how quiet the cabin was.
Yeah.
That said, it's so big, driving it around town. Like, I had to do a 3-point turn in a parking lot the other night, and it was like Austin Powers, 47-point turn, and the sensors were beeping, and all the kids were in the car making fun of me.
All right, so tell me about this truck. Like, what's it like getting into it?
So it's got a 1-inch factory lift, part of the Warlock package. So the step in height is huge. We measured it earlier. It's almost 2 feet. I'm 6 feet tall, so I can get it in with relative ease. But if you're short, it'd be probably a good idea to get the optional, side steps on this thing.
Is that nice having, though, that 1-inch factory lift? Like, when you're driving it around, do you feel like you've got like a commanding presence on the road?
I think that's one of the biggest things I've noticed with this. I got in and you feel like you own the road. It's super wide, and it's a little like you feel like you might hit something, but I do love how high up off the road you are, because it actually feels very safe. You feel like you're in this big tank of a truck, which is cool.
What's it like driving it? Is there a lot of deadband, or does it have a good drive feel?
It feels like I would expect the truck to. The deadband is not nearly what I would think it would have had. Like, I remember our old Suburban where the steering wheel would just swing around. It's reasonably well connected. I haven't really pushed it that hard, to be honest with you.
Sure.
I've been running it in 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive has been great when it's been slick out, giving plenty of grip, but the engine is super responsive, the twin turbo. I haven't really noticed major turbo lag, and I like it.
Has it been easy to access the 4-wheel drive high when you needed it, right? Like you said the other night that you went out and you were kind of slipping around in 2-wheel drive, so you had to throw 4-wheel high on. Mm-hmm. Was it easy to find?
Super easy. I'm pretty sure this is lit up at night, but even if it wasn't, it's fairly obvious. I pressed it. It takes a little second to kick in, and I was no longer sliding around. So
that's excellent.
Pretty impressed.
Also, look like you have a lot of buttons going on here.
A lot of things happening. This does not play music. It looks like it should play music. It doesn't. Warlock is based on the Tradesman, so it's fairly low on features. This is actually the smaller screen. There's a much bigger one in the higher level trim, so if you're looking for all the bells and whistles, this might not be the model for you. It doesn't have heated seats, no heated steering wheel. You can see it's got regular old climate control. I think we're all pretty spoiled these days and all this stuff, but I'm a baby and I like heated seats, If you're okay with a kind of a no-frills off-road pickup truck, it's awesome. But if you need more stuff, you might want to look, slightly higher trim level.
So overall, what would you say, like if you were in the market for a truck, would this be something that you would consider?
100%. It's, first of all, I love the engine. It's got a ton of power. It can tow in the neighborhood of 11,000 pounds. I genuinely have no need for a 1-inch factory lift with 33-inch all-terrain tires, and I want it very badly. just to come out here and like drive on a random road or whatever. So if you have a reason to get a pickup truck where you need to be off-road on a regular basis, this is a great truck. It's $10,000 less than the Rebel, and it has a ton of the same capability. It's just a little lower on, you know, the features.
Well, we really appreciate y'all watching, and make sure to like and subscribe.
Thank
See
you.
you next time.
All right.